Alright everyone, today we are going to be looking at, just like I said in the last video, we are going to be comparing the small and the large jet from, Sky's jet from the Mighty movie here from 2023. There are some very key differences I will note. For this one, I have ups and downs about both here, but these are the only two that come in small and large. All the other vehicles just come in a medium or small form. So Chase and Sky are the only ones with the big vehicles that you can find. But yeah, let's start out with the small one first, and then we'll get into the large one, because the large one has a lot more to talk about, like the other one did it first. But before we do, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell down there. So let's start with the small one from Sky. So this is the smaller one. This one runs about the same amount as the other one did. This one's about maybe $18 to $20 right here. Very simple design. Unlike the other one, the wings can actually move here, so depending on what you want or how compact you want it. I'll take her out real quick. Okay then. So the wings can collapse if you're going to transport it somewhere, or if it just needs to be a bit more compact. And the wings also can pop out like that. And then just like with the other ones here, the bodies have the kind of like luminescence type thing, so they'll glow. Now, like I said in the last video, they do not have this ability if you just get the pups in their they're like the whole pup packs you can get at like you can get a pack of like 7 of these without any vehicles, but unfortunately they don't have that luminescent ability. So if you want that, you have to get the individual vehicles, which is kind of unfortunate, but I mean, what can you do about it? So I'll show you some of the sounds that this one can make. So as the other one does, the pink here can light up. All I have to do is just push her down.
Even the smallest puff can make the biggest difference.
As you can see, that light up. Everything lights up there. It's pretty good. I mean, it's very small, which is kind of what you're probably looking for if you want this one. Yeah, there really isn't much else to talk about. Got the wheels down here, but you aren't really going to be pushing it along, most likely. So that's the small one here. Overall, I think I would just like a better wing gimmick, maybe, because these are a little weird. You'll see why, because if you've seen the movie and have an idea of what the big toy looks like, you'll know why. Because this one pales in comparison to the other one, but the other one has something that this one doesn't have that I like about this, and you'll see why here in just a sec. Alright, here's the big one, and you'll see something immediately that I really don't like. This trigger here. It's a problem. It's just a big eyesore. It's like you're holding like a toy or weird toy or something. I don't like the trigger down here. It kind of like defeats the whole purpose of it being a jet. But it's a very long one, as you can see, compared to the other one. It's about almost twice the length. Here, this one ran about the same as the other one for Chase, about $50. But this one is some really cool stuff. So it has the propellers. These propeller things do not move. However, you can shoot these things out here by pushing this. And then, as you can see, this thing kind of wiggles. And the reason for that is when you pull the trigger down here, the wings actually spin. And then this thing will pop out. I'll show you here with the gimmick turned on. So just like the other one for Chase, this one has three settings: the off, and then there's just, I think, motion, and then there's just some sounds that it has. It's kind of hard to describe the 3 settings it has, but I'll turn it on to one of them. As you can see, the cockpit lights up along with the sides. It would be cooler if there's more, but yeah, you can see that lights up, and then all I have to do is just pull the trigger here, and then you can just keep pulling that. And every time it does that, the sound will trigger that, and then this thing pops out too. That's just one of the settings here. And then all you have to do is just push that back in there, and then it's back in. I guess one thing I don't like about this one, besides the trigger too, is when you pull the trigger, it only goes halfway. So you have to keep pushing the trigger in order to keep it rotating. So it'd be nice if there was a way to like make it a little less hard to rotate. I forget, does this, I don't think these things light up. Let me check. Let me turn it on to full. No, they do not, but they do shoot out. And that's where the sound comes out of. But yeah, I think the one thing I like about the small one is just there's no trigger here. But I do like the big one, and that has all the gimmicks you'd probably want. So you got the flames coming out the back here. And you got the rotating wings that can shoot out little projectiles here, which is nice. And it's got the shape that you want it to have too. The figure is basically the same thing from the other one I was just showing. I think there's between, like with Chase's and this one, there's a slight color difference, but that may just be how it was painted, because there is like if you pull them up, there's a slight difference in paint. You can kind of see. Whoop, my bad. But yeah, there's like a slight difference. Like this one's got a bit of a darker tint to it, and this one's a bit faded more. But I think it'll just depend which one you get. Like what's, like you can see in stores usually what type or what color they are, so you can kind of pick and choose which one you get. Some of them are a bit more faded than others, but they're still the same thing. So that's these here. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully that gives you an idea of what you're looking for if you wanted to buy either of these. Gives you an idea of what they can do as well. So I hope to see you guys on the next video. For now, I am out.